Hi, welcome to Cocinando con los DeWitts. Today I'm gonna show you how I make this delicious shrimp and fish soup that is super good. And we're gonna have it with some limes, peppers, and of course tortillas. Okay, let's start with this delicious recipe, shrimp and fish soup. These are the ingredients that we're gonna need to make our shrimp and fish soup. Of course, we're gonna need fish. I bought these fillets already clean, so I'm just gonna thaw them in water. And I bought this shrimp that was already clean too. If you find the shrimp that is not clean, you must just make sure that you clean it. We're gonna use some carrots, celery, potatoes, half an onion, 1 tomato, and my cilantro was frozen, but if you find fresh cilantro, it's so much better. But that's another tip. If you buy cilantro and you don't want to waste it, or you want it to last a little bit longer to use it later, like just for soups, you can put it in the freezer. I'm gonna use 1 spoon of tomato bouillon and 1 spoon of chicken bouillon, and we're gonna use limes and peppers if you like spicy, just to have it on the side for the soup. We're gonna start with the first step, which is to just chop the tomato and the onion to start our soup and get it warm and start boiling while we do everything else. So we're gonna use the tomato, the onion, and the chicken bouillon and the tomato bouillon and the cilantro. That's the first step. I have my tomato ready. I just slice it in little pieces, in half and then half. I have my chicken bouillon, my tomato bouillon, a little bit of oil, water for my soup, and the cilantro. So I'm gonna start by adding some oil to the pan to start warming it so I can start frying my onion, which is the first step. I'm just heating my oil, and then I'm gonna start adding the onion to start frying it. And I'm just gonna keep adding all the onion and start frying it. Okay, now I'm gonna add the tomato, and I'm gonna fry it too with the onion. I fry the onion for like a minute, and now I'm gonna add the tomato. I added the tomato already, the tomato. I'm gonna start frying it a little bit more. This gives the soup such a delicious flavor. Okay, I'm frying the tomato, and now I'm gonna add the cilantro. I added the cilantro, and I'm still frying everything together, and it smells so good already. Remember, this is what is gonna give the soup a delicious flavor. Now I'm gonna add my chicken bouillon and my tomato bouillon, and I'm gonna keep stirring it. Okay, I let the onion, the tomato, and the cilantro fry a little bit, and the chicken bouillon and the tomato bouillon. And now that everything is fried, I'm gonna add the water. We don't need salt because the chicken bouillon and the tomato bouillon already has salt. Okay guys, I already fried the onions, the tomatoes and everything. I'm gonna add some water and let it start boil. I added the water to my pot, and it's looking delicious already. As you can see, it's already the orange. It has like the orange pink color, and I'm gonna let it start boiling. While I'm letting it boil, I'm gonna start getting all my other ingredients together. Okay, the next step is to get all the vegetables ready. So I'm just gonna peel the carrots and the potatoes, and I'm gonna chop everything in little squares. I have all my vegetables ready, the celery, the potatoes, the carrots, nice chopped and clean. And while I was doing that, my broth started to boil, so it's ready to start adding the vegetables. Please make sure you add the vegetables first, not the shrimp or the fish, because it's gonna overcook. Okay, I'm gonna start adding the potato carefully because it's boiling, don't get burned. The carrots, I'm gonna add all my vegetables, and the celery. Okay, I still have it in high heat. I'm gonna just let it boil in here a little bit more. When it starts boiling, I'm gonna put the lid on and I'm gonna let it be there for 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna mix everything and I'm just gonna have it in high heat until it starts boiling. Once it starts boiling, I'm gonna put the lid on and I'm gonna leave it there boiling for 10 minutes before I put the vegetables, so the vegetables can cook. Before I put the shrimp and the fish. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit until it boils. Okay, the broth is boiling already, so I'm just gonna cover it with the lid and I'm gonna let it sit there for 10 minutes. Okay, for the peppers, they're just for the side. If you like peppers, they are washed and clean. I'm just gonna slice them like this and put them in a little plate or bowl and just add some lime to them. This is how I like to eat them with my soup, with my fish and shrimp soup. If you don't like the veins, if you want it less spicy, just remove them. So I'm just gonna put them in here and I'm gonna add some lime and salt to this. Okay, now we're just gonna add the lime juice to the peppers. Okay, we're gonna add the lime to our peppers and some salt. I just like to have them with these peppers because the soup is not spicy, but I like spicy, so I like to make some peppers just like this with lime juice and salt. Let them sit for a little bit while the soup is cooking and they taste so good. The rest of the limes we're just gonna cut in little slices, and this is just the lime to add to the soup when the soup is ready. The fish that I'm using is tilapia, I forgot to tell you, and I just cut the little fillets in 2 halves, so I have 4 pieces. I'm making this soup only for 3 people, so it's more than enough. The shrimp are ready to go in the soup, and it depends how many people you're making it for. So these are the medium-sized shrimp, they're a good size, so this is the shrimp that I'm using for the soup. Okay, my broth has been boiling for around 8 to 10 minutes, and I'm just gonna come and check to see if it's ready. How do I know if it's ready? I'm just gonna take out some of the vegetables and I'm gonna poke it with a fork, and as you can see, the carrots are nice and soft and the potatoes too, the celery too, of course. So it's ready to add the shrimp and the fish. Okay, I'm gonna start adding the fish to my soup, and make sure that you don't overcook it. It's gonna take around 2 to 3 minutes to cook. It cooks really fast, so don't overcook it. I still have it in high heat. Okay? Okay, when you mix it, don't do it too hard because the fish is gonna start to dissolve. I'm just pushing it in and making sure that it's in the broth so it cooks all even. So I'm just gonna leave it there for around 3 minutes, no more than 3 minutes. Okay guys, my soup has been cooking for around 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm gonna turn the stove off right now, and it's ready to eat it. So delicious. Okay, the soup is done boiling for around 2 to 3 minutes and it's ready. I just turn off the stove. Look at the fish, it's nicely cooked and it smells so delicious. It has a lot of vegetables and it's ready. Okay, let's get the plate ready. Just getting my tortillas ready, warming some tortillas. Of course, we're gonna have our caldo the pescado con camarón or fish and shrimp soup with tortillas. Okay, let's start getting our plate ready. So delicious. Look how delicious. Everything is perfectly cooked. The shrimp, the fish, the vegetables. So good. Perfect for all the family. It's not spicy, so it's so delicious. Our shrimp and fish soup is ready. So delicious. And we have the lime ready and the peppers for the people that like peppers, and of course the tortillas. And Alani is gonna try the delicious fish soup the way she likes it. So she's going to add some lime. And this is how she likes to do it. She puts some lime on the tortilla and then a little bit of salt. Then you roll your tortilla, and Alani loves seafood. She loves shrimp and fish, so she's so happy that we made this today.
It's delicious.
Perfect? Good. The shrimp and fish soup is ready, and Alani liked it so much. I'm just gonna show you how I eat it with the peppers. I do the same thing. I add the lime to my soup, and I put some lime in my tortilla, some salt, and these are the peppers that we had already cut with lime and salt, and I usually just put it inside my tortilla before I roll it. Then I roll it and take a bite, and it's so delicious. Enjoy, guys. Thank you for watching my videos, and don't forget to subscribe to Cocinando con los Dewitt's and ring the bell to activate all the videos.